I love that. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We are so excited to share with you something that we absolutely love. We love to feel our best, and we have found it through gut health. My name is Maria Ramos, and I'm a mother of 3 younger children. I've been with Plexus for a little over 6 years, and I came knowing that it probably wasn't going to work. But after all, after I did try, I did find a couple of things, and I'm going to share those with you tonight. Where I was before trying Plexus, I had horrible insomnia. I couldn't sleep through the night. I tossed and turned at nighttime. That's when all of my worries would come. And I just thought, well, when am I going to catch some sleep? So I would turn on the phone, do a little bit of scrolling, read a book, turn on the TV, go check on the children, little sleep that I would get through the night. And of course, the next morning, I would wake up super groggy and directly to the coffee pot. No energy whatsoever. I got my energy through sugar, a lot of snacks and gummies. Candy was my favorite, especially if there were gummy, like Red Vines, gummy bears, Sunburst, Skittles, you name it. After all, the label said 0 fat. Well, I didn't know how that affected me with my weight gain. Sorry. So, during that time, yes, I was overweight. I was stressed. I had cravings, but I came in for weight loss. And what I noticed is, and why I struggled with weight throughout my whole life, as I remember, after high school, I do remember that I wasn't sleeping through the night. And so some of the first signs that I discovered as I started Plexus was that I started to sleep through the night. And I would wake up feeling refreshed, no brain fog. I didn't depend on coffee as much. I wasn't looking for the junk in the candy drawer. And I wasn't as tired as I used to be. And so I looked and I'm like, what is working here? And that's when I started to look more into gut health and what it did. And so I realized that if you're struggling with weight gain, or if you're having trouble losing the weight, look into gut health and do the research and to see how that correlates. Because what I found out is sleep, energy, blood sugar balance, hormone, digestion issues, and stress all play key into your weight. So once you have all these underlying health issues, because they are, however, I thought they were normal because I lived with them for so long, and that's why I struggled. But to know that we found something and thinking that it wasn't going to work and actually did, I started to share, and people were asking, what was I doing and what had I done differently? And so that's when I started to share that the triplex was what had helped me cut my sugar cravings. It helped me sleep through the night. It managed my stress, my cravings, and I started to feel better. I started to thrive in life. My health was thriving. And since that, I started sharing, and all through just Wi-Fi and a cell phone. And through that, I have friends and I've made connections with people that I have never met. But these ladies and this team of ours is some of the most amazing people I've ever met. They inspire me daily. So you're asking, well, what is Plexus? We are a gut health company. We focus on root healing. We offer a natural and healthy way for weight loss. And we also offer a skincare line as well as a children's line. So if you have children, know that we have products for them too. So now I'm going to turn it over to my friend. She's going to share her story on how she started on Plexus and what it has done for her and her family. So I'm going to turn it over to Beth. Beth is a registered nurse for 30 years, most of her career as an ER nurse. Her biggest joy is teaching people to be an advocate for their health. She's used Plexus products since 2017 and is sharing what Plexus does through gut health and why she loves it and why it's a perfect match. So Beth, take it away, friend.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. As she said, I have been using Plexus since 2017. Became an ambassador for Plexus, meaning that well, actually, it's so you can share and maybe even do some wonderful things for other people, help other people with it. But mostly I did it for the cost. I wanted to get the cheapest way I could get the products. And when I even inquired about Plexus, it was because my friend Tammy, who's not on the call here, but she's an awesome, awesome lady who loves God and loves to tell people about Plexus because of how much it helped her. And I initially had asked her about it for weight loss because I had recently lost about 22 pounds. And I wanted to continue on that. And I thought, let's see what Plexus can do. When I called her, her response to me was, I don't want you to try Plexus for weight loss because you don't look like you need to lose a lot of weight. And I want you to try Plexus because of gut and your gut health. And that did initially, my initial response was, oh, even though I knew as a nurse how important gut health was. But to be honest with you, I don't think I knew how important gut health was, even though I'm a nurse and I wanted people that I work with as patients in the emergency room to be healthy. I never, ever liked when I saw my patients on a long list of medications that I knew were making them unhealthy. I had many people that would take this medication for this and then take another medication for the side effect of that. And so I didn't like people on a lot of medications. So anytime that I had the opportunity, I did try to teach people about how to be healthier. In an emergency room setting, as you know, that's probably not, you don't have a whole lot of time with people, but as much as I could, I did. Anyway, so back to the story with Tammy. I knew that gut health was important, but honestly, that's not what I was thinking about when I asked her about Plexus. Well, a week went by, I think, and I called her back. And I said, you know what, I want to try this Plexus. And she was very excited and of course, showed me all about the triplex. And that is the product that I am hooked on with Plexus. That's the product I believe is the foundation of Plexus, even though I use many other products from them that I've added to my regime. But triplex is the foundation because it balances your blood sugar. I'm going to talk a little bit about ProBio 5 really quick before I get into why I stayed on Plexus. But ProBio 5 is their probiotic. It's named 5 because it has 5 probiotic strains in it that, trust me, this is a quality product. I have looked into this, like I've read up on it, I've studied it, I've listened to their doctors, and I love it. But it also has something really very good in it. They've got enzymes in it. We need, as Maria talked about, we need to have a balanced gut. Gut health is the key to our overall health. There is no doubt about it to me. And the science, just look up anything in Google, anything that you have, and research it and say this, like say PCOS and gut health, or gastric reflux and gut health. That was my issue. But ProBio 5 has also some enzymes in it that help balance your gut with yeast. Overgrowth of yeast causes many, many problems. Weight gain, like we had talked about, fatigue, mood. But beyond that, I'm telling you, when you have a balanced gut, it takes care of inflammation. It takes care of so many things. And inflammation is one of the biggest problems we have in our bodies that cause havoc everywhere. You just name it. It can cause havoc in your heart, in our gut, everywhere, in our joints. So we need to balance our gut. And to get back to a little bit about things that I was dealing with personally, that I didn't try Plexus to even think anything was going to fix me. I didn't have any, I honestly looked at myself as I don't have any chronic problems. So, but I know gut health is important, so I'm going to try it. And interestingly enough, I was on Zantac at the time for gastric reflux. about 3 years after my husband went home to heaven, which was 8 years ago, I ended up having some depression that I didn't really chalk up into anything really, but I was, and I didn't realize it really until my doctor talked to me about something, and I just broke down in his office, and he put me on a small dose of sertraline. I wasn't happy about that because if anyone knows me, they know that I love God. And if I am anxious and fearful, that means that I don't have faith. And that really, really, really bothered me. I was very angry with myself. So I went on it, and it did help. But 4 to 6 months after on Plexus, I was off Zantac. I was off the sertraline. I talked to my doctor about weaning myself off of that. It was a very small dose. Didn't take long for me to get off of it. He goes, if you're feeling good, then you should do it. I talked to him about getting off the Zantac. I said, I don't have a chronic sore throat anymore. Now, granted, it could have been the Zantac because it was helping, but I said, but can I try to come off it? I don't want to be on these drugs. And he said, hey, try it. Well, chronic sore throat gone. That was my gastric reflux issue. And I was coughing all the time. Ask any coworker I worked with, I coughed all the time. Coughing, gone. But my biggest thing, and I don't know how much time I have left, but I won't take much time, but my biggest reason why I stay on Plexus is my daughter's story. And I would love for you guys to hear her story, because we moved to Florida. She ended up with a huge, horrible skin irritation that 2 dermatologists couldn't figure out. Lots of blood work, lots of studies, nobody could figure it out. They put her on horrible drugs. After 3, I think it was, she told me 3 months after Plexus, her skin started clearing up. No dermatologist could figure that out. She also had 3 preeclamptic pregnancies that ended up having her with high blood pressure after. She no longer has high blood pressure. She uses Mega X and Triplex and other things. She also doesn't use her inhaler anymore. She used her albuterol inhaler every day, several times a day. Not happy about that, but she did it, and now she's off. Her son is also off his asthma medications, and he uses the Plexus microbiome and takes the vitamins with the probiotics. So gut health is where it's at, people. And Plexus has a quality product that if I didn't think so, I wouldn't be sharing it. So that's why I do share it. And I say all the time that the reason that I'm off the sertraline is because of Jesus and Plexus, because one of the things that I really worked on was my faith with God. And I started praying scripture back to God, and got on my knees and just asked him to help me get through this and get over the stupid fear and anxiety. And Plexus came in my life at the same time. And I do believe God put it there. So that's my story. And I hope it helps someone to realize that Plexus is worth a try. And I do try to tell people consistency and give it time. Our bodies didn't get to where they're at overnight, and it's not going to be a quick fix overnight. But consistency, taking good things and taking care of your bodies the best you can with food and supplements, because I think supplements are necessary. We don't get what we need on our food anymore. So I'm going to stop talking because I think I've gone over. And I'm going to pass it over to Christy. Christy Mcdade is another wonderful person on our team. And if you ever look at her before and after pictures, they're awesome. Okay. And it thrills my heart. So I'm not kidding, Christy, every time I see your pictures, I think, that's awesome. She's a mom of a teen. She's been a sign language interpreter for 30 years, right? And she is married to a massage therapist, and she believes wholeheartedly in gut health too. So Christy, it's all yours.
Thank you, Beth. I just loved hearing your story, and I'm so happy for your daughter. And it helps our whole family. You know, it's not just for us. And we kind of realize that once we learn that for ourselves, that everybody can benefit for it. And we're especially going to take care of our own family and make sure they have it, and that they're feeling better too. But yeah, so real quick, my story, I was pretty healthy growing up. And then about 10 years ago, my health really started to go downhill. I started getting migraines, and I had never even like really had a headache before. So these were completely out of the blue. I just started getting migraines. So 5 years went by, and I was really at my lowest point. And this is 5 years ago now. I've been on Plexus for 5 years. So that's when I was really at my lowest. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was on 8 prescription medications. I was diagnosed with quite a few things and taking medication for that to balance out my blood sugar, blood pressure, depression, and to manage my migraines. And I had a shot that I would give myself if I got a migraine. And I had went to the neurologist, and he told me basically, you're just going to have to live with this. And he had me track my migraines, and I had 18 that month. That was the December right before I started Plexus. So I was really at my wit's end. I was on the couch all the time. I was so tired. I could barely like go to work, just go to work. That's all I could handle. I'd come home, be on the couch the rest of the night. So when I saw my friend posting about Plexus, I thought, my friend Brenda, I thought I could lose a few pounds. I thought that's what it was all about, was weight loss. So I started with the triplex, which we've been talking about here tonight, which really is the core package. So I started on that, and a month later, I did not have a migraine. And since starting Plexus, I've had maybe 1 or 2 a year since starting Plexus. So I know I went a very long time without even having one. And so that's when I started to really realize there's something to this. And 6 months later, I was off all of my medications. My blood sugar is balanced still now after 5 years, because it is all about gut health, but it's also about blood sugar balance, because if your blood sugar crashes, that's when you feel tired, that's when you feel hungry. So balancing out your blood sugar is super important. And that's what Slim does. And even if you're not a diabetic or anything like that, balancing out your blood sugar is super important. So now that it has been 5 years later, I just feel so much better. Like I said, I haven't had migraines. I sleep better. I have way more energy. I literally couldn't take a nap if I wanted to. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I should take a nap, and I can't. Like I have so much energy. So that's my story. And now I'm going to introduce Kathleen, and she is a proud 6-year breast cancer survivor. I can't wait to hear your story. She has 6-year-old twins. She's been married for 10 years, and she's an executive recruiter for the past 20 years, and she's been using Plexus for 5 years. She loves sharing her story, and I can't wait to hear it. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Thanks, Christy. So hi, my name is Kathleen O'Malley. I'm from the Chicago area, and my story is a little bit different. I was actually, as Christy said, I am, as of July 1st, I'll be 6 years breast cancer free. There's something I'm very proud of. But when I struggled with infertility for quite a few years, ended up getting pregnant with my boy-girl twins, who are just turned 6 in January. And 2 days after having my twins, I was actually diagnosed with stage 2B breast cancer. And talk about rocking your world. My world was turned upside down. Went through a double mastectomy, 6 rounds of chemo, and a year of probably, not probably, the toughest year I've ever been through in my life. Coming out on the other side, fortunately, one of the fortunate ones to beat it, and I'm thriving today. And really a lot of that has to do with Plexus. I sit here and can tell you that I was somebody that did not believe that this was going to help me. My wonderful friend Lena reached out to me, and she knew I was struggling with energy. I was about a year past my diagnosis and was drinking about 4 cups of coffee a day to both keep up with my twins and just get my energy back. And so she's, try it. And at that point I had just didn't want to try anything else. I had taken so many, different medications and pills, etc. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll give it a try. So thankfully I did. And I almost quit. I was about 3.5 weeks in, and I remember, clear as day, calling Lena and saying, this is not working. I don't feel any better. And in fact, I did go through some of the detox that a lot of us do go through when you start working on gut health. And I was starting to feel even a little bit worse. And fortunately, Lena really kind of coached me through it and said, keep it up, keep it up. I promise you it's going to work. Keep going. And here I am now 5 years later. Not only did I, give up the 4 cups of coffee a day, I got my energy back. I, in fact, had to get everything approved by my dietitian through my oncology office to make sure everything was safe for me to take. Funny enough, when I went in and showed the products to my dietitian, she kind of chuckled and looked at me and said, I actually take Plexus myself. So I knew right there and then that a registered dietitian at this hospital that I went to was, going to be giving me great information. Some of the things that I love most about Plexus is that it's plant-based. I'm very, 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 I look at ingredients and everything, and I was very quick to look at all of a sudden my work, what was I using for shampoo, soap, all these different things in my life. And the one thing that I wasn't looking at as close were my supplements and my vitamins and what I was putting in my body to heal myself from the inside out. And so, it really did change my life. I became the mom that I had wanted to be. I got my energy back. I was feeling good. My hair was growing. You guys, I was not a cute bald girl at all. And the hair started growing, my nails, everything. It just started, felt to feel like myself again. The other thing for women that, I was put into early onset menopause, and I had my ovaries and tubes out. So at the age of, I guess at that point I was 39, I was put into menopause. So I was dealing with pretty horrific hot flashes. I was having about 12 to 15 hot flashes a day. For any of you that have seen the movie Sex and the City, when Samantha stands up and is sweating at the podium, that was me. That was me. So I remember being at work, everybody else was freezing and I'd be sweating. So I started trying our multivitamin, which is called X Factor. And my hot flashes, that's the only thing that I've changed. My hot flashes, I maybe get 2 or 3 a day now. And that is, talk about life changing. That has completely changed my life. I sleep, I'm not woken up in the middle of the night with, sweats or then chills and all of that. And, all of us ladies on the phone, we're all going to go through it at some point. And every woman that I know that is dealing with, premenopause, menopause systems, I'm like begging them to try this because it truly will change your life. So I just through natural instinct, I started sharing with people. People would ask me, I remember being at like yoga class, people would say, why are you drinking Crystal Light? What is that pink you're drinking in there? And I would say, absolutely not. Do you know what's in that? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say Crystal Light, but anyway. So I would just start sharing. I would share with my Uber drivers. I would share with the post office people, like anybody I had, I started talking because I was feeling so good. So the good news about that is just very easily, it turned into a side hustle for me. And I'm excited about it. I love these products. I love sharing with other people. I love watching people's, not only their bodies, but how they feel transform. And it's just so much fun. And I've now, really just, it's become part of my everyday to talk about Plexus. My kids, know, oh, mommy, is that Plexus? Or, do you have any Plexus today for our teacher? Or things like that. It just comes up. So anyway, I'm forever grateful. Grateful for Lena to giving me the push to keep going. And, grateful to be here surviving and thriving. And, these products work. They are truly amazing. And we have something for everybody. Like Maria said earlier, all different from, kids age 1, 2, all the way up to 95. So there's really something for everybody. So that's a little bit about my story. And I'm, grateful to be here and happy to pass it back over to Maria.
Wow, ladies, thank you. I don't know about you, but if you listen to Kathleen, to Beth, and to Christy, and if this just doesn't give you the feels in your heart and that conviction to share with someone that that could possibly benefit from this, please share this video. We're going to have the recording out. And if you're a current ambassador or a customer and you're on these products, this just builds your belief. Beth, what you shared about ProBio 5 just reassured me that my health is in the best hands with these amazing products and top quality ingredients. And Christy, your story, incredible. I've known Christy and I've seen her before and after photo too. And it's just one of the most amazing pictures that will inspire you. But until you see these stories, I think oftentimes you see a picture, you see before and after, and you see, you know, a difference physically. But what you don't see is the stories that these women just shared. So thank you so much for opening your heart and sharing your stories, Kathleen, Beth, and Christy, because you have literally enriched my heart and my belief that we are here to make a difference. So we share what we love because we've seen a difference in our health, and we want to empower other women, other men, families, children, whoever we can come across to share these amazing supplements, because it can literally change their mind. I mean, in their life, sorry, and mine too, mindset with all of that. But I want to encourage you to think of one person that you could possibly pass this on to. And I also want to challenge you here to just imagine this, okay? I want you to imagine this with me. With Plexus, you get a referral link. And if you share that referral link with 10 friends, family, that's $1,100. How can $1,100 bless you and your family right now? I don't know about you, but for me, my list would be long of all the things I could do with $1,100 extra right now. Listen, I was unemployed and I knew that I needed to bring in money to pay for my credit card debt, to bring in income financially. And I didn't know how, and I knew I had to find a job, but that also meant that I was going to be away from my family, my kids, and it's going to be an additional cost with childcare. Have you guys seen the cost of childcare? I was just filling out a form for preschool the other day, and I saw the amount for childcare, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe people pay this. I knew that I had to trade my time for pay. And I knew that I was going to miss out on my children's life as I saw them grow. I want you to come in with an open mind and just look around you. We live in a social selling world. We buy what we love. We buy what our friends are selling, what they talk about. There's social selling everywhere. If you're on Instagram, there's ads. If you're on Facebook, there are ads too. And guess what? You're all going to go and buy it. If you haven't already, you probably already went and bought that lip gloss that was being shared, or whatever, one of those little cute, I don't know, brushes, you know, that you can scrub your face. There's so many things out there. So here, when you join, you get a referral link. Referral links are so popular. And so here, when you share that referral link with your friends, every single time that you share it, you earn. For example, if you share it with 10 friends, that's $1,100. If you share that referral link with 6 friends, that's $680. When you share it with 3 friends, it's $390. So it's a no-brainer. Why not grab that referral link and start sharing with friends and family, knowing that you are so confident that you're helping them with their health and wellness. As you heard these amazing stories today, you know, is about wellness. And so this is what we should all care about, right? We should take care of our bodies, which is the most important thing. I love that it creates a small ripple effect in helping people and friends through their health and wellness. Because when you start, I know you want to grab an accountability partner, 2 or 3 or 10, whatever you want to share with, that's totally up to you. So I invite you to please reach out to your friend who invited you to this call tonight and tell them that you want to get started. Ask for more details, ask questions. We are here to help you and to guide you every step of the way. And welcome to the journey, and ask yourself, what if? Thank you so much. Have a good night.